and it's another. Well, it's Thursday. Thursday.
It is.
And it's the V Life podcast. We've been gone for a minute, but we're back. We're back here. We got a special guest. Actually, some new guests as well. We have me, of course, the lovely Nakia. We have Angel,
Hello.
the sweet Angel. We have Mr. Turner here, the one and only.
I'll put my government on.
I mean, you can be anybody. And we have our special guest, Kevin, here today. Kevin Harrington. It's an exciting day today. Which one of my phone is loud? I'm sorry. Where am I hearing feedback from?
Oh, shit.
Somebody's phone.
Okay. So, anyway, we're here with Kevin today. We talked about Kevin a few months ago, actually, when Doug came on the show, the comeback kid. You know, he came on via Zoom during the pandemic. And we also talked about bringing Kevin on during the time because everything was in the process and you were getting ready to be released. And if you didn't know, Kevin has been exonerated for murder charges. He was sentenced to a life sentence. There is the paperwork. It is official. And he is out here. And that goes into our topic today, even about, gun violence and just things that's happened. Even, a lot of young black males being wrongfully accused of all types of different cases and things. Just give us a little background, Kevin.
Well, I'd like to say thanks for having me, first and foremost.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
I think this platform and these discussions are much needed, so I'm glad that you guys have a platform such as such. Myself, I was a college student at the time that I was wrongly snatched up.
Right.
I like to call it
Kidnapped.
Kidnapping, the definition and medical or not medical, terminology is taking someone somewhere where they should not go and somewhere they don't want to go. So when I was arrested, under duress. It was a kidnapping. This kidnapping lasted 17 years, 6 months, 2 days, and 35 minutes.
Wow.
I'm the only person in the state of Michigan to undergo 4 consecutive trials for the exact same murder case. The prosecution officer at the time tried to offer me 4 years and said, if you agree to this, we'll let you go home in 4 years. I said, absolutely not. I was taught as a young man, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Mm-hmm. So I was willing to stand for something I knew that was not true, even if it meant sacrificing my life.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I was sentenced to natural life with no possible parole. If Michigan had a death row, I would have been on death row all these years.
Wow.
So in the course of this journey, I had great people step into my life and look into the case. The University of Michigan, they worked on my case for 11 long years. In the process of them working on my case, Wayne County established a group called the Conviction Integrity Unit, headed by Valerie Newman. They took a deeper look into the case and said, what is really going on here? When they took that look, they found evidence that the police was hiding.
Wow.
They found out that they was coercing and threatening witnesses, telling them they would take them to jail, take their children away from them if they don't lie and say that me and my co-defendant committed this crime. Outside of that, the things in which they told them to lie, such as this man was in a fight, this man was beat, this man was dragged. The medical examiner said this never happened. He was shot 2 times. So if anyone said this man was in any type of fight, they lied.
Right.
So this person in the community was already a person dealing with drug addiction, mental illness.
Right.
So they was more vulnerable to the police officers to manipulate them and do things as such.
No, I'm sorry. I hate to sound like the middle-aged white guy in the room, but I'm the middle-aged white guy in the room. How the fuck does this happen?
Well,
Like how like that my mind is blown that 4 different trials, the ME
Yep.
Yeah.
like that.
That's the life of a black man.
It's real. Well, it happens more than the world knows.
Right.
Urban areas, layers this of poverty, low income, people, the status quo, people can pillage from that community. Really, because that community has no voice.
Right.
If you don't have finances, nobody really cares about what you're saying. So I can scream at the top of my lung, I'm innocent.
Let me guess, public defenders the whole way?
Well, no, not public defenders the whole way.
Okay.
They just couldn't get it done. Once the narrative, if such, because mind you, the criminal justice system is based off almost a buddy system.
Right.
All these people are colleagues.
Oh yeah.
So-
It's all politics and
So
networking and yeah.
Really, it's conflict of interest.
Right.
If you really want to break it down, it's conflict of interest all the way around the board. But hey, that's
Yeah.
you know.
Once the situation, maybe somebody is need this case to go through for
Yeah,
whatever
'cause-
possibilities.
buddy
Because when,
system.
Yeah.
Because when you
You got
look at
election.
Oh, I'm bucking for a promotion. You help me. You help me
Yeah.
get this one done. And when
Right.
don't get me don't get me wrong. I understand how this happens. it just blows my mind that
that
this
it
shit still
happened.
happens.
Yeah.
they all in cahoots together.
And
The,
then-
the prosecutor is going to lunch with the judge. After all this after all this is done with, they going out to eat. They going to each other kids recitals, everything. So it's like come on,
Yeah.
man.
And when this happens, this is when it goes very, very wrong.
Mhm.
But I'll say now, and I'm a firm believer that Wayne County is trying to get it right. Valerie Newman, she's a superstar.
Mhm.
She told me to my face in January 17th.
And so, for those who don't know, Valerie Newman is.
She's the head of the Conviction Integrity Unit of Wayne County. Wayne County is one of the only, I believe, counties in the country, or for sure in the state of Michigan, that has something like this. And if someone else, if they do have it, they haven't released anyone. The CIU, they have released 20 guys within 2 years, a time span. Trying to get it right, trying to right that wrong.
Yeah.
That takes a whole lot of guts. That takes
Yeah.
a whole lot of,
It's impressive.
yeah, that takes a whole lot of discipline.
It does.
And that takes a whole lot of, I don't care where it
What
leads me
happened,
to. Even if it's a
mhm.
colleague, I have to say, you're going to jail behind
Yeah,
this.
Right.
especially going against the
You know.
system.
Yeah,
So,
the unravelment of it
Yeah.
all is the part that people don't want to come out. They probably feel some type of way, and they probably do want to be like, well, I wish I could, but the fact that everything that's going to tear down their career, everything that they work for, there's too much on the line for some people to
To get to digging.
to want to take that risk. And it's, you can understand, but at the same time, what's right is right, and the truth always prevails. And
Not all the time.
not all the
Well,
time.
no.
That's true.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. I mean,
Because
it should.
from the standpoint of a guy that went through this journey so long, there's so many
Seen
guys
people.
in there that was on that journey that was innocent.
Yeah.
That's now deceased.
Yeah,
I seen it on all ends of the board.
That's
I
true.
seen guys that's still there. I started a consulting firm, Justice Group Consulting Firm, where I advocate for guys that doesn't have a voice
right.
and don't know how to articulate themselves in a manner that everybody can understand them. I have one client, Fonzo Clark, that's actual innocent from out of the city of Inkster. Same police officers, same trucked up
Same
charges,
situation.
it mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
But you will find one thing that is common thread with these type of officers and detectives. It's the same pattern.
Yeah.
It's the same pattern. Anytime any of these officers' names are brought up, everything that they was done or any case that was dealing with them should be reopened. Period. Hands down. If we
Yeah.
want to be transparent about everything.
That's usually, you would think that's what they would do, is just break down all the cases that they ever worked on.
It
They
takes a whole lot
overlook.
of money to do that.
And it does. It takes manpower, it takes
Del
money.
Greco with your bitch ass.
And then mind you, when
Randazzo.
we talk about reopening all those things, talking about all those finances, now we talk about for the people who's going to benefit. The people that's poor.
Exactly.
Why should we spend all these money on
For
the people?
them.
For them. Absolutely.
Well, yes and no, because I mean there is the who was it? Chief Craig was just on a national thing the other day, just talking about how the DPD is trying to get do things better and how they're dealing with the protesters and all that kind of stuff. So I mean there is a good positive spin for Wayne County and for the justice system in general if they can say, hey, look. Like I'm sure there's been a press release or two issued about, hey, we've corrected our wrongs with 20 people so far.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
I
and so-
like 3 of them this week. But when you talk about the chief, that's the front end. When you talking about somebody always incarcerated already, trying to say, hey guys, y'all got it wrong, let me out.
Right.
That's when it.
Well, because there are no guilty men in jail. I mean, let's.
Innocent, right. No,
I mean, it's never what did you do? It's what'd you get convicted of, like that.
But when you go to trial, sometimes I feel like in most cases like yours, the evidence speaks for itself. They didn't have sufficient evidence. They did do this and that wrong, but yet even, with the Khalif Brown situation,
Absolutely.
mirroring
Already
off
Mhm.
that, and that's more, I wanted to bring that up too. It's just like, even with him, and he probably didn't even have the same means that I know he did have public defenders that was helping him, but that goes off into just more what I want to talk about, even mental health of young black men. Like,
Absolutely.
seeing that he just, lost it, for what they say, just even going in as a young man, like, how did you keep your sanity? How did you keep a good spirit?
My family, my loved ones, I had and I still have a great core unit. I'm surrounded by family and friends that never left my side. My mother planted seeds in me very young, spiritual, you know, and I tapped into faith. And even when I called home, how I would say, you have a collect call from, state your name. When it says states my name, I put blessed and highly favored, because no matter what was going on in that journey, I wanted to remind myself and the people that I was calling, I'm blessed and highly favored, and I'll be home. So anybody that I ever spoke to, ever sat down in that visiting room, it was, I'll be home soon.
Yeah.
Regardless if I just got denied today, this morning, or yesterday, it'll work out.
You gotta, like they said, believe it, seek it, speak it into existence consistently. Never give up that
and I'm
hope
here.
and faith.
I'm here on the podcast with y'all.
Exactly.
So obviously somebody was right, somebody was wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That being in prison for the extended time, 18 years.
No, 17 years, 6 months, 2 days, 35 minutes.
17, baby.
Like that's a statistic he's never going to forget.
Exactly. He don't remember them numbers.
I'm like this. It's time to go.
Seeing other young men that didn't have that spiritual foundation, which is very important, very, very important. Seeing them go through things like Khalifa Brown went through, just seeing the abuse from different COs and different inmates, and like, what can we do how can we change that? What can you say to give them encouragement? What was that even like, if even experiencing it? Like,
well, it's
so
heartbreaking.
many things.
It's heartbreaking. And on my way walking out the door when I was released, just seeing all them guys standing there clapping and rooting for me, because I carried my way in a certain type of manner in there. Even though I was going through what I was going through, I carried myself with respect, and respect for others, and demanded respect for myself. And so when you can carry yourself and show them by example, other people will respect you. They have no choice, whether they like you or not. So with that being said, I knew the fight that they was on, and I knew the discipline that it took.
Yeah.
You know, I had to just zone out sometimes, just set myself in a room and just read law. Because if you don't know the rules of a game that which you are a part of, you already lost. So you don't know what an objection is, or overruled, or habeas corpus mean, or different things. Yeah, if you don't know the language, you already lost.
Yeah.
And sometimes coming from those different areas, we don't have the best schooling. Some people can't read.
That's true.
So now we got to break it all the way down, get your GED. Let me teach you how to read. And I done been on the part and helping guys. Come on, man. I'll help you read. I'll help you write. You got to know this.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to waste away, whether you did a crime or whatever. You're here now. You're going to go home.
Make the best of the time.
Yeah, because the majority of guys will be coming back to the community.
Yeah.
What type of guy do you want living next door to you?
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. It really, really does.
Yeah.
That's true. My question is, do you think that guys that's been through this type of trauma, young black males, for example, per se, do they still need to, or even yourself, do you still think you need to come home and even just speak to a counselor, just talk to somebody, just to get out some of the things that you've experienced and been through? Just have some type of mental health support.
Well, at first I didn't. So I was a part of different formats, and guys who went through the exact same journey as me was like, hey, man, we have this, psychiatrist on file and on deck that we want to pay for you to go talk to someone, a specialist, because, being away from your family and leaving when my nephew was 4 years old, and now he's right here working for Dan Gilbert. That's something, leaving home when...
Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, all those different things are real. Leaving home and seeing your mother with all black hair, and now her hair is white. Time waits for no one.
That's true.
So just to see the world change. We couldn't FaceTime back in 2002.
Right.
You know what I mean? You still helping me on my phone right now. I only been here 95 days. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I'm using GPS to pull up here. Like, we didn't have that. I don't even know how we was traveling back then.
Landmines.
You
Me
know,
neither.
Turn by that Shell gas station.
What's so crazy is
Yeah,
how
right.
times is I use GPS for everything too. Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I believe it's definitely necessary, but it's taboo in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Yeah.
go to the doctor. We
Right.
definitely don't go to talk to a
Therapist,
psychiatrist.
exactly.
Anything such as that, man, that's taboo.
Mhm.
Well, we got to move away from that.
That's
we don't
true.
have life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain things that we're not doing that we should.
That's true.
But we're not taught these things.
Yeah.
So it's going to take strong men and strong women to go back into this community and say, let's change the mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It starts with one.
That's it.
And that's why I'm on the front line right now, every day working.
What-
I've been out here all day
Yeah.
doing
Tell
all
us
type of
what
interviews.
projects you do have got going on right now anyway.
Well, like I said, I'm the CEO of Justice Group Consulting Firm.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've been working alongside of any and everybody
Right.
that's trying to better the community, that if they don't know how to communicate to the prosecution office, their attorneys, police officers, I do that. You know, I can handle that. You know, just trying to change the mind frame of everybody, not
Right.
just the brown and black people.
The
Everybody.
whole,
you know,
everybody.
the human being. You know,
Mhm.
I believe that love conquers all. You know,
It does.
I believe God is so good. He brought me right back here, right now. I'm in front of you. This is not a hologram.
Right.
You know?
This is real. This is reality.
Super real. So when I wake up in the morning, I thank God. I'm on my knees and I'm off and running.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm off and running. What can I do today? I want to
Yeah,
do the best I can today. You know,
Mhm.
tomorrow's not promised.
that's true.
And being that journey, I appreciate the small things.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate saying hello and, you know, this pandemic got everybody with masks. I like to see the facial justice.
Smile,
I like
yeah.
to experience different cultures and,
Mhm.
you know, meet different people. That's just, you know, how I am. you
Get
know?
that experience, and that
Yeah.
guys goes into another thing I was thinking as well is just going into like the gun violence that's been going on, and just thinking of how a lot of our youth, our young black men, they deal with their anger and their emotions through violence. And it can be so just a small little thing, and it's so short tempered, they just go off the rails. You know what I'm saying? And I know you both been there before.
Yeah.
You both been young black males. We been from the poverty status. We know what it's like to not have.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So what presents that anger? What gets that drive going where you just don't care? Where you just like, you know what? Somebody said this. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to go and take his head off. Whatever.
Well, first of all, your melanin, your skin, don't dictate you being angry and acting out in the fashion.
That's true.
You could be angry and ball up a piece of paper and throw it away and release your anger that way.
Mhm.
That's a learned and taught behavior. And you get that by your gaze. Something that you're watching, something that you're listening to, something that you're talking about. If this happened, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
You know, so we have to change that mind frame in the areas in which that we live in.
Mhm.
We have to talk it out, man. It ain't that serious, because one thing is for sure, there's no coming back from death.
That's true.
It's so many young guys in there. You would see these young guys, man, and they like 16, 17, 18, 19, and they did something off impulse because they thought it was so cool, and messed around and killed somebody, or did something that was so heinous, and they was outside they mind, and they thought they was impressing somebody, or they thought they had something to prove, or, you know, they was proving a point, and they done threw their life away.
And that's what really breaks my heart about the system, the justice system in general, because, you know, our young black males, they are making mistakes. They're human. They are raised in certain environments that they think this is cool or that is cool, and they try it and act it out. Same goes for Caucasian rural areas and everything, same thing, but they get the slap on the wrist and they get the chance to have a second chance at life, to put that behind you. But you guys your life is over because you're going to prison 9 times out of 10, or you're going to lose your life in this as a whole.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's just like it's definitely sad, and it just makes me like we have to do something. But I do think that the unifying, and we need more black males like you guys who've been there.
Absolutely.
To take on the responsibility to take these younger guys under and I know they can be hot and crazy. They don't listen. They think they know it all.
Definitely don't.
You know, but they will come back and see. But it's examples too. We showing them for years and years and years what's the example you see in your community, because that's your reality. When you wake up and walk outside, that's your reality, what you see in front of you every day. So of course when you see the guy who just he just sold all these drugs and he's around in a nice car and he look like he's not hurting for nothing. I don't see him going to school, but he seem okay. So of course you're gonna mimic that. Even nowadays you have the scamming. Everybody, okay, they getting money. Let me go out here and figure out how I can come up next. But without the knowledge or the discipline or the guidance from another male that's relatable. We don't see a lot of black CEO men. We don't see, they're out here, but we don't see them. You know what I'm saying? They need to see that, where they can see like, okay, and I'm starting to see a small shift, in some cases where you got guys out here that's entrepreneurs and they're doing things and they still looking like the guys that you used to see on the street, but they're doing something positive. They're starting something from scratch. You know what I'm saying? They're going out here putting their all into a business. You know what I'm saying? And I see it a little bit, but you still, just like with the ladies, you think, oh, I see the girls in the strip club, they out here, now that they rappers, they making money.
And
is that
totally
the
new. See,
pipeline?
Back then,
yeah,
the
it wasn't
club
like
was taboo.
Exactly.
So if a girl was in the, she like, shh, don't tell nobody. Now, like, I'm in the strip club.
We all out here, right? Come meet us.
This is the new club.
Yeah.
So all this is totally new to me. And, I think that she need to know that she's pure.
Mm-hmm.
She's worth more than just that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get that same type of financial gain with doing something.
Yeah.
Because if you brilliant enough to finesse this guy out of some money, you're brilliant enough to finesse this business deal.
Yeah.
So I think it's all goes back into the mind state.
Mm-hmm.
Changing that mold, breaking that mold, having these strong men and women, not get frustrated with the youth because they can be off tilter at times and they can back talk and not want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing, those seeds definitely, it'll start breaking them down. And you got to walk that walk.
You do.
You can't tell me to stop doing one thing and I'm
you
seeing you doing it.
Exactly.
Because you playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to walk that walk, man. And what I will say about the guys, they passionate. Because one thing, you better not say nothing about they block. They going to go crazy. So they passionate about something. So now you got to
funnel that into something positive.
You got to funnel that something positive, man. And talk to them. You got to give them real talk. They don't want none of that apple pie, that fake stuff. You got to give it to them raw.
Real and real. Yeah, raw and real.
Raw and real. That's how I talk to my nephews and my nieces.
Yeah.
And they love me for it. Even if I got to get up in them, they understand it's coming out of a place of love.
Yeah.
I'm not scolding them out of a place of trying to put them down. It's coming out of a place of love. I'm trying to build you up.
Exactly. And me being in the education field, that happens a lot, and you can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Yes, like you said, I'm going to cut it to you if you out of place or you out of pocket, or disrespectful. But at the same time, I'm going to notice when you got a haircut. I know when you got a new pair of shoes, socks, anything. I'm going to embrace you. I know when you're sad. I know when you're not yourself. And I'm going to grab you and embrace you. Even if I just slapped you upside the head, you still going to get a hug from me in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's never... like you said, it's always out of love. It's never.
It's coming from a space of love.
Yeah, and I feel like we need more of that. I did yell at I had an experience recently. I yelled at some little kid. He went to Starbucks, got a free water, but then took the straw, threw the paper on the ground. Now the trash can is literally 4 steps from you, and you just threw it on the ground after you just got a free water. You know what I'm saying? But this is your community. If you're going to throw trash down here, then you want to talk about how raggedy it is.
Absolutely.
But you have to, it starts with individuals. I know I always, we all got to get together. But if each person, like you said, changed their thought pattern on how they did this or that, it will make a world of difference. A lot of people used to tell me, like, I got conscious of throwing things away properly at a young age, right? So people's like, throw that stuff out the window. I used to be like, no, I'm going to wait and throw it in the trash because, for one, it's tacky to me. Like, why would I want to throw some trash on the side of the freeway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. It's nothing, or just put a bag in the car. I leave a little, we always go into the store, get a little black bag, keep it in my car, throw my trash away. It's just a mindset, Stop being so selfish and think about somebody other than just you. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of made me want to talk to Miss Mr. Turner here.
shit.
Just, knowing how you was just, I get why. I feel like you, at a young age, had a lot of anger. And I understand why. But I wanted to know what changed. Because I know Kevin, he was sitting down. He had a lot of time just to try to get it right. You know what I'm saying? You was trying, I feel like, Ryan did do 2 years in prison. He's definitely had a testimony and a journey. But I just want to know, when did it click for you? Because you didn't have to spend 17 years and X amount of months and days and hours sitting in prison, but just those experience, that small little 2-year stretch, or just the things you experienced, what led you to click? Because we can understand his experience, but what about you?
Well, to tell you the truth, what really made everything click was when I had my children.
Wow.
That's when everything was like,
The vision.
okay,
It's real.
this shit real.
Right.
Because, Shorty can't eat no excuses. They can't, when they go to flick the lights on, they expect the lights to come on.
Mm-hmm.
When they on their gadgets or whatever, they expect for the Wi-Fi to be on there or whatever.
Right.
They, so that was like basically my main focus. When I had kids, it was like, okay, like I really got to get it together. Mm-hmm. But even before then, I was, gradually getting it together, because, when I turned 30, I was going through like a little midlife crisis. A little light midlife crisis, I just
That was kind of early. So that happens when you turn about 45.
But I know, but being a young black male, going through the stress and the weight that be on your shoulders, it sometimes come early,
Mm-hmm.
and me being in my situation, I done been shot multiple times, like I said, I ain't do no 17, but I did 2 years in prison. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Because you can't get that calendar back.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Them years of my life.
Last time I seen you was a pretty good basketball player, man.
Yeah, I was a little light, a little light chump, But being in the community, like you said, you see different things, and coming up how we came up, how we came up, we seen and.
Mm-hmm.
We seen down there everything at a young age.
Right.
So we was already seasoned for the game anyway, So,
yeah.
But
that's good to know. The babies brought you. Yeah,
proud
me
of you
too.
changing your life around, because a lot of times they can't get his testimony. I left a whole lot of guys out here that wish they came to a mindset to say, you know what, it's time for me to change for my children.
Yeah.
And now they in there crying and saying, well, this dude is over there with my children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should be applauding him for taking on that responsibility. Because clearly you didn't care nothing about these children, or you would have stopped doing what you was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That goes a long way, And I wonder, like, I know a lot of guys, some guys, like you said, never reach that point. Like, you lucky to have your life, being shot multiple times. Some people get shot once.
I know, because, he definitely spared my life. He spared my life once.
Amen.
He done
more than once, I'm sure.
Tell you the truth, I done been around the ringer so many times, man. Like, I ain't supposed to be here, man.
Tell me that testimony.
But, God is good, man.
That's
And
right.
whatever my purpose is, he ain't ready to let me go yet. So,
That's right.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
do what you can.
what I can. But
Make
like I
the
was
best.
saying though, like on the 30 tip, like when I turned 30, I'm like I ain't really accomplished shit in my life.
I felt that.
Like what the hell? Like I'm 30 years old. Like what the fuck? I've been bullshitting my whole 20s away. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. My old lady, she like, all right, I'm about to sign you up for school, such and such, such and such. I'm like, all right, sign me up. I'm not thinking I'm about to go to school, and I'm like, this shit, I've been to school before.
Mm-hmm.
I did all that shit back before,
Right.
Phone get the ring and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back and forth, trying, but I ain't learning doing shit, I'm like, sign me up for school. So she signed me up for school. I said, I'm going back and forth to school. Next thing shit, report card come out. Oh, shit. Grades good as hell. I got like 3.5, 3.6.
Didn't know you had it in you.
All right. keep going. You know, I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep doing what it do. So
Right.
you know, I kept going. Next thing you know, I'm about to graduate. I look up, I'm about to graduate.
Congratulations.
You know,
Yeah.
I went on and did that. But I'm like her. You know what I'm saying?
Don't throw me in there.
We start one thing, and then all right, I got to do something else. So shit, after that, I'm like, I wasn't really satisfied. I went back to school. I went back to Wayne State to try to, finish off, go further.
Right.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to go do truck driving. So bam, I went and did all these classes. Did the truck driving. Got a little job, did that for a minute. Then fucked around, had to get surgery, and that shit, fucked me off. But it's just, starting different projects and really not finishing. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
But
correct you on that because every project that I start, I actually finish it. I
No,
just
you-
have a lot of them going on simultaneously.
Okay, sis.
Yeah.
But I went to school, I graduated.
Huh?
Each time.
Congratulations.
I wanted a podcast, I have one.
You did
How
that.
long it's been, Dave? It's been
Done
some
done.
months, baby. It's almost
Yeah.
6 months here. So
Oh,
I
damn.
definitely,
6 months, 3 days, 24.
exactly. So I know that's one thing about me because I am. If I start something, I feel like I have to finish it, even if I don't pursue it. I have to finish it because it's like I don't want to feel like a loser. So I'm like, oh, I'm finishing it, but I may never do it again. I have graphic art certificates, all types of stuff. They'll do nothing,
just collecting
Just
dust.
collecting chauffeur's license, CDLs, ain't drove no truck, But it's just I
It's
just
good
like
to-
the
it's good to just have.
Yeah, I
have
love
your
the
your eggs
experiences.
in different baskets.
Yeah,
you know?
that's one
Okay.
thing somebody told me at college was like, because I used to think me trying to do so much. My resume used to be like, whoop whoop. If I swear somebody just said like, Adrian done did everything. She done been a security guard, a valet, and every job he named, I've actually done it. Like, oh my God, I've done every last job you just said. Like, it's crazy. Dental
Hey, Ma.
assistant, teacher, everything.
One thing for sure in the pandemic,
I mean,
you can't go
isn't that
wrong.
like
Is
a millennial thing though?
Maybe it
We
is.
don't-
We just be like, look, I'm
Yeah.
about to try this. I'm about to try that. I'm about to see where I fit.
But the way technology is though, it grabs you different times. You might be
Mhm.
feeling one way, and
That damn
whatever
Mark
they doing, they
Zuckerberg.
might trigger some type
Is-
of signal. You like, fuck it, I want to do this. now.
Exactly.
Right.
That's how I was like, let me finish
I
this.
don't,
But
I don't think that's a
a
millennial thing. I think it's a Detroit thing. Like, no, because like I was an East Coast kid. I moved out here in '96, so like I lived D.C. I lived in Boston, lived in New York. Nobody side hustles like Detroit. Like there is nobody out here
No matter where you go.
that doesn't have at least one side hustle with the hope that one of them is going to pop to be a
Exactly.
main
Which one
hustle.
about to do
Yeah.
it? Which one?
Different one.
I got the clothes over here, the podcast over here, the job over here.
Babysitting kids on the
Exactly. I had all types of stuff, hair products, look.
Sell dope and baby shit out the same. house.
and
I
sell
don't know when to
dinners.
kick the dough in.
Selling chicken dinners too. So definitely, that's true, Dave. We definitely out here. We hustle hard, baby. We all through
So
the the
Kevin, I have a question.
Go
My
ahead,
bad,
Metropolis. Go
Adrian.
ahead. I'll
So
keep
you've
talking.
been
Ask
gone for
anything.
almost 2 decades, right?
Absolutely.
17 months.
No.
I mean,
Years.
17 years.
Like, wait a
No.
minute.
17
Give me
years,
lies.
11 months.
No,
I don't know.
6 months, 2 days, 35 minutes.
Thank you. I'm going to memorize that by the end of the
35
day.
minutes,
I wanna make
37
sure.
minutes.
So, obviously, the time change. How are you adjusting to this technology and social
Man.
media?
It's cool and it's crazy. I don't really get too frustrated because everybody like, bro, my phone is smarter than me too. So, you know what I mean? You only been here 90 days. So,
Right.
for the stuff that I accomplished within this 90 days,
A lot.
getting my EIN number, for my business and opening up business accounts and actually getting my business in LLC and having a client and advocate for my client, find newly discovered evidence. Like, this stuff takes years to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I've accomplished stuff in 90 days. Get my driver license, get my CPL, getting, like, just knocking it down. Every day I'm trying to, what can I do today? What we doing? Where we going? GPS. Let's go. So it's been refreshing because I sat on that bunk and couldn't wait for this moment. I knew this moment was going to come regardless. Whoever didn't think it was coming, I knew it was coming. And, I'm looking forward to it. Whether I don't mind asking questions. I don't mind meeting new friends and saying, hey, how do you do this? Hey, what type of food did you like to eat?
Right.
So I'm everywhere and it's cool.
What about the vegan thing? How have you been feeling about the way that even I guess in our culture in general, because other cultures they've been experiencing that, just seeing the progression. Like I'm seeing, I'm sure it's been a lot for over the past practically 2 decades. You seeing people traveling more, they're trying to be healthier. Like, how do you feel about that? Like seeing that transition, because that's not all bad. You see some good things transpiring.
Well, I'm a guy of a particular age, so I love the healthy living. I try to eat healthy. I try to eat clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any children yet. I haven't found the Mrs. Right yet. So I got to make sure that I stay.
Hear that, ladies?
Yeah, so,
I got 90 days.
Yeah. I got to make sure that I stay healthy,
right.
because I want to raise a family, So I love it. I enjoy it. I think that people need to understand what you put in your body does affect your body. So you got to take care of yourself.
Not only what you eat, either what you listen to, what you
mental health.
Yeah.
If you continue to tell yourself, "I'm sick, you're gonna become sick.
You're gonna be sick
because your body gonna be like, you know what, I am sick.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Get your foot up and walk.
So,
right.
I believe in all those type of things, and that's how I did that journey.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta tell you, you are either like a Morgan Freeman level actor. Or
no, it's real.
No. Or like, cause
it's real.
Because I don't understand how you are not angrier.
No.
As the God of Israel.
Let me explain.
What's done is done.
Yeah,
man.
let me explain to you something about anger. See,
Mm-hmm.
the thing about anger is, if I'm in a relationship with her and we break up and I'm just mad at her, anything I gonna do, if I go to eat hamburger, I'm thinking about her. So if I allow myself to be angry at what happened to me, I stay at that moment. I won't be here today. I don't feel like talking about that no more. Right? But I'm not angry to the point I need to help people. So I need to come on this platform. I need to be here at 10 o'clock at night when I can be asleep. You understand what I'm saying?
Man, cause I'm Tom Petty. I'm Petty LaBelle. You are a better man than I am.
And this is the thing. And when you have that type of mind state, you can't articulate yourself to the Ken Worthies, to the head of the CIU, because it's coming off. You know what? We'll talk to somebody with a better attitude.
Because I get it.
You don't get off your bunk to even go, I don't feel like talking to them. They already tried me 4 times already.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those guys are in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they done gave up.
The majority of guys are like that. This is a 1% type person that you see.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy work. You know, I can't make this stuff up. I'm here.
That's why you have that spiritual, and that's why that spiritual foundation is so important. Because and this is sidebar, but I lost my dog. She's a little Yorkie, little toy baby, but I lost her for a whole year, and I got her back one day to the day that I lost her. I was standing over the trash can with all her stuff, and the spirits don't do it. And I even responded. It was like, all right, I'm gonna put it back. And literally within the next few weeks, I had her back. And people was like, you're not getting that dog back. But you have to have that grain, a mustard seed of faith. And you got to know that, I'm sorry, the God of Israel is going to be there, period, no matter what.
A mountain was moved. I had natural life with no possibility of parole. I never had an outdate.
And you was probably tested so many times.
What?
The Father tested you plenty of times to see, are you gonna be able to come back?
Hold on.
Are you willing
to? Are you going to curse me? Are you going to say? Are you, because it's guys that go to that situation, they switch their whole God up.
Yeah, I'm a lot of.
They switch their whole God up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the Job tip.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know this.
Yeah.
Because if we don't got nothing else in that community, we got faith.
Yeah.
You got to grab mama and say, come here, let me tell you something. If we ain't got nothing else, we got God. They can't take that from us.
That's it, man.
I don't care how many cuffs or chains, whatever goes on, you got that because that's in here.
But you got to keep it. Even in those darkest moments.
Feed it.
Yeah. Constantly feed it. Keep it growing. Get that. That's why you said, and I was thinking earlier when you were saying that, you was different. They say cut from another cloth. But I like to say that light shine within you. Absolutely. And that's why I'm going to keep saying it because that's what I represent. The God of Israel was shining through you. Just like I feel like every time I walk in the room, people just notice me because I just have an energy about myself. Absolutely. And that what keeps you and carry you. And if you keep that, you go far. Absolutely. That's a true story.
We're on the cover of LA Times.
That's what I'm saying. Let it go. Run it down, baby. Run it down. Run the press release.
Google my name. We everywhere. We done reached
Kevin Harrington. Let them know your Twitter handle, your Instagram, your Facebook.
Follow me. I'm home now. 2020 on Instagram.
I think I saw you in a Rolls Royce. I don't know.
You know.
I think I saw you cutting corners out here.
God got something for you. Listen, it's beautiful. You know,
it's shining, baby.
And
It's
to know
shining.
where I'm at now, you have to know where I came
Exactly.
from. To understand where I'm at now, to know the fruits of the labor. That's just the wet that come with the water. You know, so if you're willing to sit in that prison cell, I should be able to wake up and do whatever.
I know that's right. After
like this, like, where are we going?
Exactly.
We're
going to Brazil. We're going to Rome.
We walking like this, like, yep, y'all want to go to Miami? We're going to Miami.
Right.
Let's go to Vegas. Y'all never been there before.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it is.
That's what you're supposed to
put
have.
in the work.
That's right. That's right. Whatever you want, because this is all yours. You know, you a king. You supposed to be able to enjoy anything out here on this freaking ground, this earth.
Absolutely.
Is yours. You supposed to be, and that goes for us too. You know, we all supposed to experience life. Life is an experience. You know, you shouldn't have to be sitting. I gotta go to work every day. Yes.
Make the right decision.
One thing I would never let go that my mama always told me, and it's gonna stick with me forever, is that your choices seal your fate. You know, even though you took it against your will, but you still had a choice to do your time a certain way, and you made that choice.
You had a choice to fight. You could lay down and die, or you fight.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna fight for your life like you.
That's
I had
right.
to sit down and write down that questionnaire. When nobody gonna do it for me.
Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad your family wants you. You got to put that work in.
Yeah.
You got to go to law library.
You gotta knock them doors down.
You need to be able to explain yourself and what's going on and what went wrong in this case.
Yep.
It ain't time to get angry and bitter and punch the wall. And that's the problem.
That's usually I swear, every time you get angry, it seems like the situation gets worse. Every time I'm humble, even if I'm like pissed, like I went to the eye doctor the other day, they was like, you can get your contacts. I come up there, they like, oh, your prescription expired. I'm thinking like, I just drove all the way up here.
It's COVID.
But I still just, I stayed calm. I gave them a look like somebody figure it out. But I never disrespected nobody. I never, like, what the, I just kept it calm. And every time I keep that humble spirit and just stay positive, it just opened right. She called me the next day. You can come in at 3. I'm like, thank you, because I needed them by Saturday, baby. I go into a boat party. I can't wear these glasses. But can I be wearing the glasses? But and it works out. And I feel like a lot of times those are tests just to see, can you humble yourself? Can you be patient? Can you just wait and
especially with the simple
stuff,
it's
simple stuff.
And that's a job though. Patience is a job.
It is.
I swear I was so ready to go. And like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, you do know this year 15. Like,
right. What's going on?
10 years went past. They ain't figured this shit out yet,
exactly.
Like, and I know a whole bunch of motherfuckers like just give it up.
Yeah, they ain't gonna never do it.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I know.
I'm just gonna do it.
Exactly. They ain't gonna do nothing but deny me again.
Right. Then they make a choice, do something stupid that keep them
I do not like
there.
being around negative energy. As soon as I feel like, I need to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we're human. Sometimes I feel
especially
negative.
when you know you innocent.
Right. That's the worst
I'm
part.
about to get the fuck back.
You're right.
Like, you got me
Exactly. Like, I know this ain't right.
Straight up.
I know this can't be true.
Get out of here.
Right. Exactly.
The funniest thing is, so like these different groups, when you write up, you don't supposed to send them nothing. I would copy all my stuff and continuously send it. You got to read this. Look at this. Look.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's in black and white.
Yeah.
And so I used to do it, and they'd be like, Mr. Harrington, can you please stop sending this stuff? You need to read this. And when they finally read, they like, damn.
Right.
How did this even happen?
Yeah. You gotta keep knocking. Somebody go open the door. Eventually, I'm just keep going. Hey, like they tell you, people gonna tell you no, especially like you listen to like the music industry, this industry, media is always no. But you go get that one yes. You know what I'm saying? Just wait for that yes, and it's gonna come.
Knock until you knock the door down.
Exactly. Like I said, Tupac said that, you knocking doors down, you keep coming. Like when you say, we hungry, please let us in, all kind. We hungry, please. And then eventually it's like, we beating the door down. We coming through. Like, eventually.
They say no stand for new opportunities.
Exactly.
What?
So.
Okay, y'all teaching me something.
New opportunities.
Damn, they
no.
told me no so many times, so that's what I'm doing right now. That's
creating a new opportunity.
I guess that's why this Gucci bag on the floor.
Baby, it's on there. And I see the Gucci shoes matching it. Okay.
This legal work in here, though.
I see you got the composition out there. there, the black and white.
These are the official documents.
That's what I'm talking
you know what I mean?
about.
So in this Gucci bag, I carry a journey with me.
It ain't
Teach the
just,
people.
it's some, like, look, some people say, you ain't got the money to, no. You don't have to have money. You got something even better in this Gucci bag, okay?
Yeah.
It's just an equivalent
Exactly.
to cash. This is,
More value
somebody's
than cash.
life is going to
So
change.
So when you see the video of me walking out, matter of fact, let me see that phone. I'm gonna show y'all the video, the actual video.
I saw it.
Of me walking out of the facility. That cart
Mm-hmm.
and those plastic bags I was dragging was all that legal work that I had in all those years.
Wow.
You know, I wanted to partner with it because guess what? Now the fight has just begun once again, and I'm cool with that. You know, and a lot of people don't like to talk about this stuff, talk about their journey and things like that. But guess what? We're gonna be right here. You know,
Let me put it up to the camera so that people can see.
Free air right there, baby.
My mother on the tambourine, bringing the angels
I
in.
heard it too. Do you know she faked the?
You better say it.
That's a beautiful experience right there. Look at it.
My nephews and them that I never even seen before they was too young.
I
You have to
was
be
gonna say,
you have to be
some of
18
them wasn't
years
even
old.
born yet.
Yeah, you have to be 18 years old when you come into the Department of
that.
Corrections. Yeah.
Everybody just embracing love. That was a big moment.
That's
Look
my
at
niece.
him. You hear him?
My niece for the first time. I said, ain't nobody waving.
Right.
We not waving. We coming up out of that.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so
That's a blessing.
That's that unit support group that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But back to what Dave was saying, I can see why you're not angry. I mean, I don't understand, but I kind of do. Because it takes twice as much energy to be angry, but you're using
Maybe
that
more.
but you're using that anger. I mean, that energy that you would have put in that anger back in the community.
Something positive.
And I see
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
And that's
Some
that's
positive.
Something positive.
serving your purpose there. I see it.
Yeah. I mean, he had 17 years to be in 6 months
To figure it out.
to be angry and pissed.
You
And,
was close.
Exactly.
Now, I
17
have
years,
been through
6
all
months.
those emotions,
Okay.
but this one works better for me.
Of course.
Yes.
This
Exactly.
space right here feels so good. It feels
Yes.
so vibrant.
When it's meant
know?
for you, it feels relaxing.
Yeah.
It feels like
You
you're
know.
supposed to. You don't feel that resistance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
it
that's
is.
what I'm
It's your
experiencing.
purpose.
I'm a power
This is
walker,
this
man.
is
It's
your
beautiful.
journey. This is your
Now
story.
you're
your
gonna be
testimony.
rewarded for walking through this
Yeah,
journey.
and help the next one. You know. I
I'm
know.
I'm grabbing. Pull
Yeah.
Up.
Any
That's
young guys out here need a mentor.
to
Anybody
me.
to talk
Talk
to.
to me.
Talk to
Please
Kevin.
talk to
You can
me.
catch Kevin Harrington on Facebook, Instagram, I
Yeah,
believe.
I'm all over the place. Go to your local church. They know how to
Google
get
him. Right? He's about local church.
you. You know.
Now that he's sitting up, come, you getting tithes and what you doing? Like,
And I'm at wherever I need to go, just like I pulled up here. If they need my help and they need
Yeah.
someone to talk to prevent something to happen like this,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I got time.
you hear that?
I
people,
got 2 phones on the table.
you got people
should be
in
able to catch
prison,
up with me.
innocent. Talk to them. Get in the
In the
program.
program. Let's go.
That's
Find
right.
me.
I
Talk to
really
me.
appreciate you being
Appreciate
here.
you
It's been
guys.
very awesome.
Very
So you working on
informative.
trying to get Zoe out?
Absolutely. Effective Monday, I found some new discovered evidence on his behalf. The CIA was actively investigating his case, so I can't go into it too much. But
Yeah.
real soon, we'll be getting another brother back into the community. It's
Good.
going to be the same, doing the same type of work that I'm doing.
I'm happy to hear that. And I'm going to be hoping and
Zoe, baby.
praying that everybody
Come
that's
on, boy.
innocent get out.
That's right.
This
Period.
has definitely been an awesome, awesome day. I enjoy having you here. Please come back and visit often.
Absolutely.
Once again,
All I need is an invite.
Right. Look, I'm gonna call you. Come on, we talking about relationships this week.
Yeah.
Let you get a little, a couple little
Yeah.
broken hearts first, then come back.
Yeah, my heart already broken. You know, I'm trying to mend it right,
Right.
now. Yeah.
Fresh meat.
Ladies, you
gotta
done
get
get in
it
that
all
inbox,
right.
baby. Get Gucci. Like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's
You got
been
that
another
glow.
Thirsty Thursday on PodcastDetroit.com with the V Life crew. And we'll catch you soon. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.